One take, one shot, and a self high five. I'm in Florida visiting my mom and dad, everybody. So pardon the background and maybe the audio not being so good. Look what I found in the closet. My mom was like, I got one of your wrestling buddies from way back when. I don't ever remember having DDP. DDP was the Monday Night War. So like this means I got this guy when I was like 18 years old. Oh my gosh, I'm a bigger nerd than I remember. But okay, well, DDP, thank you for joining us today. Let's talk Braun Breakker. Braun Breakker is out. Unfortunately, last week, if you look at the thumbnail, when he was lifting that table, he suffered a hernia, a big time hernia, and that means a surgery like that means he's out for 4 to 6 weeks, and that pretty much puts him right at the deadline for WrestleMania. It's like, do they give him a story, or do they wait till after Mania at this point? And that sucks. That sucks for Braun Breakker because like at the very least, we thought he would be fighting maybe Seth Rollins, but then again, we don't even know if Seth Rollins is injured or not right now. So everything is up in the air right now for WWE. Now, I will say when WWE's back is against the wall, they usually like deliver. Honestly, it's usually when everything is going right for WWE, that's when they get lackadaisical and boring. And so, while it does suck for Braun Breakker, like 100%, I will never put the health and well-being of a wrestler above storylines. It could be the worst storyline in the world. I would never want a wrestler to get injured. That said, sometimes an injury does allow for things to flourish and people to step up. I mean, Rhea Ripley, when she got injured, that allowed Liv Morgan to become who she is right now, and she's doing great stuff. And Becky Lynch, when she got injured by a punch in the face, that created the man. So CM Punk, when he got injured in the 2024 Royal Rumble, that created a forever feud with Drew McIntyre. So injuries can lead to something good, and I'm hoping that this injury with Braun Breakker is a hard reset for him, because like I honestly believe the Vision has, I wouldn't say like derailed his career, but it did derail his momentum. They just the Vision was not a good thing for Braun Breakker, in my opinion. And week after week, he had been kind of just like, I was like, what are we doing with this guy? And now he's gone for a couple weeks. Like, let's hope he comes back better than ever, and they just do hard reset Braun Breakker, and that would be great stuff for him. I was hoping this would also lead to Bronson Reed to finally be elevated to the status of a guy who beat Roman Reigns, to fit into those shoes, because, no pun intended, because he's beaten Roman Reigns, and Bronson Reed is another guy who joined the Vision and then kind of took like 2 or 3 steps back. So I was hoping tonight was gonna be the night, and it wasn't, though. It wasn't for Braun Breakker, and the decline of the Vision just continues. And you could be like, well, of course it's declining because they just lost Braun Breakker. No, it like I said, the Vision never helped Braun Breakker. The Vision has sucked since its inception. Even with Seth Rollins, the Vision wasn't that good. I'm sorry if you like the Vision. I just don't see it. I have not seen a worse booked stable of top elite talent since the League of Nations. All right, so they do announce that Braun Breakker's out. They don't do an injury angle. I wasn't sure if they were going to pull a Seth Rollins where Braun Breakker just spears him, but Bronson Reed just does a bunch of tsunamis. Probably because he had surgery, they couldn't. But like that would have been that might have been good then. That might have been good. But I understand why not. Again, health and well-being over storyline. So Braun Breakker is now out. They announce it. No storyline, no nothing. They just announce it. Boom, there it is. So then we go to Becky Lynch. We see Becky Lynch in the back. She notices that AJ Lee is in the building. So she comes out. She's crashing out, and then AJ Lee comes out, and she's like, I don't know. AJ Lee, I'm not enjoying this run of hers. I was really pumped of her coming to WWE, but it's like, how many times has she appeared? Like 3 or 4 times? I don't know. I'm just not. It sucks. I've always, up until recently, AJ Lee has been like tied for my second favorite women's wrestler of all time, and she's fallen down a couple notches now. So I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it with AJ Lee right now. But that said, who cares? Who cares what I say? I'm just a dude filming in my mom's kitchen after a Monday Night Raw. So like I'm pretty confident she doesn't care what I think. But she gets Becky Lynch to agree to a non-title Intercontinental match in Chicago's Elimination Chamber match. So like I'm pretty sure it's a non-title. So now that means Becky is for sure gonna lose. And AJ said, but if I win, that means I'm number one contender, right? And for a minute, Becky's like, she started laughing like hysterically, like she's losing her mind. And then she finally just agrees so she can get the match out of the way. And it's a shame. It's a shame that I don't think we should have two in a row. We should just have one match with them. Not have the best in the world Becky Lynch, and that's not just me saying it, that's Sports Illustrated. Not have her lose at Elimination Chamber, just so then the title can be on the line at WrestleMania, which she'll probably lose there too. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of a big PLE non-title match to get a title match. I'm not a big fan of that, but regardless, I did like that AJ said, I'm here to support my friend Maxine Dupree. That's why I'm here tonight, because like I never saw those two together before or after, so it was kind of weird that she played such a pivotal role in the Maxine winning the Intercontinental belt, but we see her later on. Let's go to the next thing, the Vision. We see them, and again, I'm wondering, are we going to get really good Bronson Reed tonight? They will go up to Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce will be like, you guys better not go out there at all, and Paul Heyman's like, all right, you're a wily one. I underestimated you, but like I won't anymore. We'll talk about them a little more later. The Usos versus Alpha Academy. This was a weird match because they made us invest in this Tozawa underdog Tozawa, just so he can lose. And then when he loses, he's like crying because he lost this opportunity. It's like, I kind of felt like, I was like, maybe we should have just gave it to Tozawa. Like, why are you putting why are you giving us the Usos defeating poor Tozawa? Right? Let alone Otis. We love lovable Otis, but right now Tozawa's the guy that we're just like, throw the guy a bone. So that was interesting that they made us watch Tozawa cry after he took an L. And then this was the weirdest thing to me. Jimmy says, they're talking about, what are you guys gonna do next? And then Jimmy says, what we're gonna do next is my brother here is gonna win the Elimination Chamber. Jimmy cut a promo for Jay, just so Jay could just say, yeet. Usually it's a super big man that has no mic skills that needs a total hype man. But Jay Uso, they don't trust Jay on the microphone so much that literally they're having Jimmy now do the interviews for Jay, and they're just saying, Jay, just say yeet. Just say yeet, Jay. Yeah. Do the yeet thing. He did the yeet thing. So, like, awkward, but Jimmy Uso cut a promo for Jay Uso to be in the Elimination Chamber. Michael Cole even was like, Jimmy's his biggest hype man. So, I don't know, poor mid-card Jey Uso. We have Liv and Dom. Dom gives Liv some flowers, and Liv is just obnoxious as usual. We have Stephanie Fakir come out. She talks in Spanish, and Liv is like, what is she saying? And then Dom's like, I don't know if I should tell you. And then Dom starts talking in Spanish to her. They're talking Spanish to each other. But what's funny is the whole time, Liv is just like, yeah. But she doesn't know what she's talking about. And then Stephanie's like, he called you the B word, and then Liv was like, I know he didn't do that. And then Liv will eventually call Stephanie the B word in Spanish, and Stephanie will will slap Dominic Mysterio. And I think we could have done more there. I think we could have advanced. We could have done some more advancement than just smack talk. I think it's time to start moving the story along. Not just smack talk, and not just a brawl. So I want to see some actual story happening. I guess there's kind of story in that Dominic got slapped, but it's a light story because we've seen it many times. We got Michael Cole. He comes out to talk to CM Punk, rebuttal off of last week's epic battle, a mic battle. If you haven't seen my video from yesterday, I actually did a full breakdown Easter egg. Go watch that. If you want to see more of that, please watch it. If it only gets like 1,500 views, then that just tells me it's like everything else on this channel. So if you really want more of those videos, then please watch those videos. I'm not too proud to beg. Please watch the video. Also, I'm giving away a belt. I don't have it right here. I do have this dinosaur. This is a homemade dinosaur. My mom made this for me when I was a kid. I love dinosaurs. Like, literally, she made this with her own 2 hands and a needle. I was not going to show you that. Then, let's see what else. So Michael Cole, you're going to go talk to CM Punk. But then Finn Bálor comes out because earlier Dom was like, don't worry, Finn. JD will be here soon. And Finn's like, no, I'm going for the title. And they're like, CM Punk and Roman have already been announced, and Finn's like, I'm going for the title. So Finn Bálor interrupts Michael Cole, and he starts mouthing off. But then Adam Pearce comes out and is like, no, we're not happening. I actually did appreciate this. I liked this segment a lot because we all know that it's going to be CM Punk and Roman Reigns. So why would they have like this match in between? And Adam Pearce is like, no, we're not doing it. But then CM Punk comes like, yeah, we're doing it. I'm the chip. I gotta say something. And they're just yelling and arguing, and CM Punk's like, I'm going to ruin this show, and going after him. And then finally Adam Pearce is like, fine, whatever, we'll do it. I thought this was a good way to get Finn Bálor a match before the inevitable main event of WrestleMania. I really liked that segment. And then Finn was like, okay, cool, I'll go. And that's good. Finn got what he wanted. He can leave now without any trouble. I was A-okay with this segment, how it played out. CM Punk then gets on the microphone. I thought it went under after this. It wasn't like horrible. It was just kind of flat now. The climax happened before CM Punk, and then he's like, I'm coming for you, Roman. I don't think you hate me. I think you hate that I am better than you. That's what I think you hate, and I'm going to be better than you. I'll tell you this though, the world title does feel important. And I don't know if I would say that it feels more important than Drew McIntyre's title right now, but it's creeping up there. I think the title at this stage, after tonight and last week, is the most important that this title has been. Like, for real. So great job to Roman, CM Punk, and Finn Bálor even. Let's throw him in there. And so we also... let's see what else we have. I got mine right here. Adam Pearce comes out. Adam didn't. Sorry, Vision. Oh, Austin Theory now has like a scarf. At least he looks somewhat different. This weird scarf. Seems like something Xavier Woods would wear, but whatever. Maxine Dupree versus Natty. Now it's Natty. Natty's here. They fight outside, and it's a double count out. Natty just wanted to hurt her. And then AJ Lee comes out to help her protege, whatever they are, her friend. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm glad that AJ Lee is actually doing something. At first I was like, oh God, please don't job out Natty to AJ Lee right now, because we're trying to build AJ Lee also. But then as AJ Lee's taking her to the back, Becky Lynch comes out and attacks. So that was cool. I like that. LA Knight, he does some talking, and says, I'm coming for the Vision. I got the Vision. Javon Evans and I guess what they're calling him, the original Grande Americano. I don't know. I think some fan just like weaseled his way into WWE with a mask on, but whatever. They're calling him the original Grande Americano, so I'll humor them. And against the other Grandes, Rio and Bravo and Grande and whatever. And this, okay, so this match was good, right? But all the matches are kind of good. But holy crap, Javon Evans. At one time, one of the Grandes were jumping off, and Javon jumped off and hit a perfect cutter in mid. Hey, cutter, you know what? There we go. That's the link with DDP. He had the diamond cutter, Javon with the OG cutter. He did it midair. Wow. Usually I'm like, I want to see more character than wrestling, but I think Javon's character is his wrestling. Yeah, so like, Javon might become the exception to this rule where I'm like, okay, I need to start seeing storyline now, where I do want to see storyline with Javon, but Javon is starting to remind me, believe it or not, of Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was this dude that was like, he just did all these things in the ring that made you fall in love with him. And that's what I'm seeing from Javon. Like, holy cow, I cannot believe this guy is 21, and not because of the moves he's doing. Granted, very gifted. Any very gifted person could do a lot of these things, but it's the nuances of Javon that is really starting to impress me. The things that he does after a really good move. It's like how he celebrates, how he gets the crowd, shaking the ropes, all of these things that he does after the move. So the moves are amazing, but then the things that he does after, it's like his moves are his like steak. Like, you want that steak. You're going to the Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse for steak, right? But it's like, it's the bread rolls. The bread rolls, that's the stuff that they're known for, right? That a lot of people go to Texas Roadhouse for the bread rolls even. And then they order the steak. And the steak's the main event, but it's the bread rolls that is like the bread and butter. And the bread and butter of Javon is his like, what he does after the moves, before the moves. He's so captivating at every single point, and he's always getting the crowd involved. And that's what Eddie Guerrero did, from his things to just brilliant. I am like, Javon might be the exception where I'm like, maybe he doesn't need such an in-depth storylines. Now Eddie did get in-depth storylines, so like, I'm not saying don't ever give Javon a storyline. I'm just saying it might not be as important as some other wrestlers, if that makes sense. But like, please do not hear me. I do want Javon to have storylines. I mean, Eddie Guerrero custody battle for Dominic Mysterio, one of the best stories of all time. Mamacita, Latino Heat. So like, we need stories. Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle. Love that. So Javon though, I'm like tonight, like, I was thoroughly impressed. I have been a Javon fan, but tonight was the night that I was like, boom, I see it. I see everything now. I see the future. I see everything now. Like, sold. I am sold because of that cutter and the things he did before and after. Man, great stuff, Javon. Great stuff. We did there was a funny moment where the original Grande or I think the original Grande had like an ankle lock on one of the other Grandes, and Corey Graves said, must be a fan of Maxine Dupree, because Maxine does the ankle lock. And the original Grande does the ankle lock too, so that's the person. It was Maxine who original Grande stole it from. You, Corey Graves, you're brilliant, man. I love you, Corey. Corey and Wade Barrett, they are protect them at all costs. Booker T too. Shucky, quack, quack. And then Oba Femi. They did another video vignette for Oba, but they changed it. They let him talk this time, so good stuff there. Good stuff. That's what I wanted. I think they should have done some of these talking promos maybe a little before the Royal Rumble, but I'll take it now. They're doing great stuff. Last week he did 2 squashes, and so they changed it up a little bit. So yeah, next week he can go back to squashing somebody, but this week a video promo where he talks. Good stuff. And then Gunther is like, I'm going to be he's fighting Javon and Dominic next week for a qualifying match to the Elimination Chamber. This is good because they could probably have Dirty Dom beat Javon or Javon beat Dom, and that way Gunther could suffer a loss without actually suffering a loss. Because I don't think we should put Gunther in the chamber, because then Gunther literally has to take a pin. I don't think we should do that. And then we get to the main event, which is LA Knight, Penta and Austin Theory. I thought for sure, I said, we need to have, Bronson Reed needs to come in here. He needs to decimate everybody, murder everybody, and then Adam Pearce needs to come out, and then he needs to murder Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce should have thrown out the match, disqualified any Vision member from entering the chamber, says, Penta and LA Knight, you're automatically put in the chamber, and at that point, Bronson Reed should have should have tsunamied him 800 times till he was a smear stain. But no, we didn't do that. We need to attack Adam Pearce. Bronson Reed needs to be Vader, and Adam Pearce needs to be Gorilla Monsoon here, guys. We should have done that. We needed Bronson Reed to step up tonight, and he didn't. He basically, I mean, he did tsunami LA Knight, but when finally Austin Theory went for the pin, we had Penta pull him out. Penta gets taken out. Then the Masked Man comes back, and probably Seth Rollins. We don't know. Masked Man fully attacks the Vision, which then allows Austin Theory to get hurt. He goes back in the ring. BFT 1, 2, 3. LA Knight. Great. LA Knight needed the win, right? He needed the win, but I mean, Austin Theory. He's what? Wow, Austin Theory. I mean, at least he's in the main event, right, guys? But, like, back to jobber status. We'll be seeing you. I wonder when we're going to get the Grayson Waller reunion going on here. Oh, man. Poor Austin Theory. Poor Vision. Vision just sucks. Vision just sucks. They're not even all bark anymore. They just, like, just tail between their legs. Adam Pearce says, sit, they sit. It's like, you know, they may bark for a minute and then they just stop. So, I don't know. Vision, they are just, and Paul Heyman is their manager. That's just insane to me. But yeah, LA Knight, he won. We don't know who the Masked Man is. Like, so now we this Masked Man. Put the championship on the Masked Man. I want to see, just put the Masked Man in the Elimination Chamber and let them win. I mean, they're the MVP of Triple H's booking. By the way, it is officially February 9th. That means I'm allowed to start making fun of Triple H again. Oh boy, when you see tomorrow's video, I said for 30 days I would not make fun of Triple H, and we're here, Triple H. Give me a water bottle. I want to mock him. All right, boys. All right, girls. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to do hot takes tomorrow in this same locale. We're going to be here today, tomorrow, and I'll be back at the homestead on Wednesday. Boys, girls, thank you so much and have yourselves a great... Oh, how many chops? You know what? I kind of enjoyed this Raw. I'm going to give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... it sucks for Bron Breakker. That really sucks, but that's not his fault. And that's not WWE's fault either. You know, that just, stuff happens. Although I will say, I forgot Rhea Ripley. She also beat Lyra and Ivy Nile. I love Ivy Nile. I knew they were going to let her win because Ivy Nile, the whole time they were like, Ivy Nile's so good. I was like, oh man, they're not going to let Ivy win. And I'm going to say this, hot take. Here's a hot take for you. If Jade Cargill messed up as much as Rhea's been messing up lately, the internet would eat her alive. All right, boys, girls, see you tomorrow.